We are going to look at Linux operating system. We are going to learn how to use basic Kali Linux commands used in ethical hacking. The first thing we need to do is to open our terminal. And to open terminal, you can do that in two ways. The first one is to use keyboard shortcut. So we press Ctrl, Alt, and T together to open the terminal. The second method is via application menu, whereby you click on this and you type terminal, and that is the terminal here. So I'm going to hold Ctrl plus on my keyboard. This is where everything is going to happen on Kali Linux. So the first command we are going to look at today is pwd. Pwd means display working directory or display the current directory. What it means is that if you are lost anywhere in Kali Linux, you can use this command to know where you are. Then when I talk about directory, this is what I mean. On Windows, we talk about folders such as music folder, download folder, desktop folder. These are places we store our files. But when it comes to Kali Linux, instead of saying folders, we call them directories. So when I say directory, I'm talking about folder, but we should know that directory is used in Kali Linux. So I'm going to hit enter now on the keyboard to see the working directory we are. So we are home and vmw Kali directory. This was the username I set during the Kali Linux installation using VMware Workstation Pro. So it means that we are in this directory. So that is the function of pwd. The next command we're going to look at is cd. cd stands for change directory. Let's say I'm in vmw Kali directory and I want to switch to a new directory. I'm going to use cd. I can use cd to go forward or go backward. So let's see how to use this cd. Before I can do that, I want to use a command known as ls. ls means list files or folder in that directory. So I'm going to hit enter. And these are the folders inside the vmw Kali directory. So since we know the folders, I want to use cd now to navigate to one of the folders. We're going to start by navigating to the first folder here, which is desktop. So I type cd, I leave a space, and I type dex. Now, notice that Kali Linux is case sensitive. The D is in uppercase, so I should type it in uppercase too. So cd desktop, and I hit enter. If you look here, it says no such file or directory. Yes. What happened here is that my spelling is wrong, so I'm going to correct that spelling now. Now to recall what I typed, I'm going to hit the up arrow on my keyboard, and it's going to bring back the last thing I typed. So now I'm going to correct the spelling of desktop. So I'm going to put K before T. So now I can hit enter. And what I have done now is that I am currently on the desktop directory, which means I use the command cd desktop to move from vmw Kali directory to desktop directory. So I'm going to use pwd to check. You can see that I'm in the desktop directory. So this is what cd enables us to do. So what can I find on the desktop directory? I will also use ls to list the things I can find inside the desktop directory. So the result returned nothing, meaning the desktop directory is empty. Now there is another thing you need to know about ls. If there is a hidden file or folder in a particular directory, ls will not be able to display that. So to see such hidden files or folders, we're going to use ls, then dash la, enter. So this is going to give us the list of hidden files in that particular directory. Now that we are on desktop, how do we move back to the vmw kali directory? We're going to use a command known as cd space double dot. We're going to move a step higher. So pwd, we are back to vmw kali directory. We can even move one step ahead to the home directory. I tap the up arrow, I type cd double dot again, then I check pwd. I'm now on the home directory. So cd double dot enables us to move backward to the parent directory. So let's list what we have on the home directory. ls, we have vmw kali. So I can say cd, I want to go into that directory, vmw kali, enter, pwd, and back to the vm kali directory. So this is what cd does for us on Kali. It enables us to move from one directory to another. What if we want to go deep into this? For example, ls, I want to go into the download folder directory. So I'm going to say cd downloads with the x. Look at what happens if I don't include the x. So I'm going to remove the x. It says no such file or directory. So I'm going to include the x and enter. So we are currently inside the downloads directory. Let's see if we can find anything there. There's nothing there. So let's go back, cd double dot, and where are we? We are on the vmw kali directory. So I want to go into the desktop directory now. So ls, so I'm going to type cd desktop, enter. So where am I? I'm in the desktop directory. It will be good for you to know that this desktop directory is the same one we're talking about here. For example, if I create a folder on this desktop, if I right click and I say create a folder, and that folder I give it a name, I will say learn, I will say create. Now let's come back here. This learn is on the desktop directory. Now let's say ls here to list the items on the desktop. You see we have the learn. Then again, I want to open the learn. I want to create another folder here. I'm going to call that cybersecurity. I'll create. Then I'm going to open the cybersecurity. I'm going to create another folder. I'm going to call it ethical hacking. So I'm going to create. So what it means is that I have folder inside a folder. So let's navigate using Kali. Now you can see that my screen is occupied to the bottom. I can do something to clear my screen. I'll just type clear and hit enter, and it clears my screen without changing my directory. So I want to list what I have on the desktop. Learn. Now I want to navigate into the learn directory, which is this cd learn, enter, then ls. I have cybersecurity in there. So if I double click here as well, this is the cybersecurity directory. So I want to navigate into this cybersecurity directory. I'm going to say cd again. Enter. So ls. Now I still have ethical hacking inside of this cybersecurity. So I open that. So I can still navigate into the ethical hacking directory. Enter, and it says string not in pwd ethical. So what I'm going to do is pwd. You understand quite well that computer like to be organized. Now the reason why we are getting this error is because there is a space between ethical and hacking. So I'm going to correct that now. I'll go back to this place and rename, and I want to close that gap, or I can insert something like this. File name should not stand or end with a space. Okay, so I remove the space. So I'm going to put something here and say rename. So now I'll go back here. I'm going to recall that, and here I'm going to delete that space and replace with this. So let's see what's going to happen. And of course, we are in that directory. So this is how we moved from this directory to this, to this, to this, and to this. Now, how do we move back from here to this directory, jumping all these ones? If we use cd ... we're going to move from ethical hacking to cybersecurity. And if we apply cd again, we're going to move from cybersecurity to learn. If we apply cd again, we're going to go to desktop. If we apply again, then we'll come back to this place. So how can we jump from here back to our home directory? So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to type just cd, hit enter, and let's check my current directory. I'm back to my VMW Kali directory. So I had to skip all this back. So this is one major way to jump when you are far away from your home directory. So that's all for this video. I'll see you on the next one.